Previously, I had also interviewed with Google and Barclays, and sadly, I was rejected by both these companies. I made a pull request in Mozilla's repositories without even reading the coding guidelines, and the pull request got rejected. It was like I wanted to always create some real world experiences that may reach to a wider audience.
Which thing in your resume, according to you, is the thing that stand you out from others?
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hello everyone, I am Kushal and this is savage programmer. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. तो फिर से आपके लिए एक बेहतरीन सा वीडियो लेकर आ गया हूँ जिसमें हमारे साथ है अभिषेक। इन्होंने रिसेंटली रकुतेन में टेक्निकल इंटर्न क्रैक किए जो कि ऑफ कैंपस अपॉर्चुनिटी थी। तो अभिषेक ने ओवरसीज इंटर्नशिप के लिए भी अप्लाई किया था, उन्हें वहाँ इंटरव्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिली। हालांकि वहाँ से रिजेक्ट हो गए, पर बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा आपको उनके इस जर्नी से। जीसॉक स्टूडेंट भी रह चुके हैं, तो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है सेशन, तो वीडियो एंड तक ज़रूर देखना। ऐसी और वीडियोस के लिए आप savage प्रोग्रामर को फॉलो कर सकते हैं। चलिए वीडियो शुरू करते हैं।
First of all, thank you Abhishek for accepting my invite. I guess this particular session will help a lot of students. So let's get started. First of all, please briefly introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Abhishek Gaurai, and I'm a pre-final year engineering student from IIIT Gwalior.
And what opportunity you got, and was it off campus or on campus?
Okay, so I recently got an opportunity to intern with Rakuten. So it was an off-campus opportunity, and before Rakuten, I worked as a student developer under Google Summer of Code program.
Okay, that's good.
That's a bit of my technical experience introduction.
And in Rakuten, like, what is the profile that you are being offered?
It's a technical intern-based profile. So it's kind of a software development profile, but I'm currently working in the global ad technology department. So they provide technical internship opportunities.
Okay, so like many of the students don't know about the company Rakuten. Can you elaborate a bit what the company do?
Yeah, so Rakuten is a Japanese e-commerce company. So they have branches all over like world. So they have offices in Japan, they have offices in India, they have offices in America, and basically they have in the cellular domain or in the testing domain, the software testing domain, and all those kind of things.
So how you actually got this opportunity, and can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So Rakuten has a team-based hiring policy. So what it means is suppose there is a team A and they have a hiring process, and there is team B. The team B's hiring process may completely be different from team A's process. Okay, so I had kept a close watch on these on the company's careers page for a long time, like since August or something like that in the previous year, but I couldn't find any opportunity in their careers page. So what I did was I started cold mailing all my LinkedIn connections who are currently working in Rakuten. Okay. So I started messaging, and I had messaged almost around 60 to 70 people. And after around 2 months, I got a message from another connection. He was a senior engineering manager in the team which I'm currently working in. So he said that, yeah, your profile seems interesting and we would like to go for an interview. Okay. So yeah, the interview process started. But at the same time, I got another invite for online assessment from another team. Okay. So I also took that opportunity. So I had no idea I may get rejected in the first team. So let's try for the second team also. Okay. So I started both the processes, and I had given the online assessment for the second team also. Okay. And for the first team, there is an interview. It was a short interview. When they tested the analytical and reasoning skills, and after that they also tested the basic core computer science fundamentals. So they asked questions how a for loop is implemented in Python, how caches work in these programming languages, all these kind of basic things. Okay. To make the candidate feel comfortable and all these things. And after that, the interview concluded, and I also had an interview after 2 weeks. It was kind of a project-based interview. So what they did was the interview was hosted with the senior engineering managers, actually 2 managers. Okay. So in that interview, it was a long interview, around 1 hour. And the interview, they mainly asked about all the projects that I had previously worked upon, what are the technologies that I have worked, and my previous technical experiences, what are the system design knowledge or the things, concepts that I have implemented in my project. So yeah, it was kind of a long technical discussion. And after that, mainly like they also asked about the data structures and algorithms that I had used in my project. So like I had a small project on kind of a social network, and like I had to explain all those kinds of depth first search and what all implementations I've done in JavaScript, all those things. So they were happy with my profile, and they had given a take-home assignment. So it was for around 1 week, and I had to submit the project what I have created. Like there were 3 assignments, and I had to submit the assignment. So I submitted it after a week. So the assignment mainly consisted of like 3 assignments, and the first assignment was of a Android app automation. So I had experience in Android app also, so they gave me an assignment. And after that, it was kind of a like software instrumentation and software code coverage kind of thing.
Okay.
And after the assignment was submitted, they were interested in my profile, and they said that yeah, you were selected, you can join our team. Yeah.
Wow.
But for the second team,
Yes.
for the second team, the interviews are going parallelly, right? So
Okay.
for the second team, it was a online coding assessment. The assessment mainly consisted of 4 data structures and algorithm-based questions. So the questions are mainly like the first question was very easy, like a warm-up question. I had to implement my version of power function in C++. The second question mainly revolved around Euler-Poisson function.
Okay.
Yeah, and the third question was based on like dynamic programming, and the fourth one was based on graphs.
Okay.
They were like easy medium questions on lead code, something like that.
Okay.
And the assessment also consisted of 31 aptitude questions.
Okay.
They were also of easy level, but the main constraint was timing. So the time for the assessment was 1 hour 50 minutes. So I could solve all the questions. I think I was able to solve all the questions, because like I'm not sure about the MCQ questions, but the coding questions are all perfectly completed.
Okay.
And after this, around 1 week, I had got another interview call from the team. So it was a fintech team at Rakuten.
Okay.
So I had an interview with an engineering manager. So he mainly asked basics of like operating systems and database management, all these kind of core concepts, and basic system design questions like what is CAP/CLM and all those horizontal scaling and all those things. So it was basic kind of light-hearted discussion, and he was mainly discussing about my resume. So like he had my resume in his side, and he asked me like, what did you implement in this project, like whatever you have implemented. And after that, the first team's result was declared that I was selected. So the second team had to like cancel the interviews because I was already selected.
Yeah. Okay. So as you mentioned, you were also a part of GSOC earlier, and like there were no DSA rounds specifically in your Team A interviews. So how projects helped you during your complete journey?
Yeah, so like I would say that data structures and algorithms are not directly tested, but they were passively tested. So like if I were discussing about a particular project, then they asked me that what was the algorithm behind this project, what were the resources that you consulted previously, and all those kind of things. So like I had a project based on like mobile app development that was currently working upon in an hackathon. So it was an offline hackathon in the span of 1 week. So I shared my experience about the hackathon, and I told that I'm building this project. So they said that yeah, we would like to see the project, and then I showed them the project, and they were interested. Then they asked me the algorithms and all those kind of things that were used in the project. And yeah, so it was that kind of a technical discussion.
Got it. Like what resources have you used during your preparation time, and were those resources paid or unpaid?
Okay, so very interesting question. So like I don't think I have used any kind of paid resources, all thanks to torrent or all those kind of things, but I would not encourage anyone to use those things. I was not earning at that point of time in my junior years of college, so I had to like consult these courses. But I think I remember, as far as I remember, I had only taken one course from Udemy. And after that, what I used to do was I used to follow some technical channels in YouTube, like AcadMind and Free Code Camp. They have some awesome tutorials. Like I would really encourage all my juniors to go have a look at those channels. Like they are completely free, and they have huge technical knowledge that can be gained. So what I did was, so I used to follow these resources from YouTube, and what I used to do was, like I used to pick up a project, and like I used to write the features that I'm going to implement. I would write them in a piece of paper. How the UI should look like. I would like initially used to make the wireframes in paper only, and then I started like creating the project. Like it was like if I'm encountering any bug or any kind of like how to implement this feature, I would simply go and Google the feature, and then I tried to implement this feature. So I think this was kind of a method that really helped me in like gaining various technical experiences. So, like previously, I used to do Android development in my first year of college. Then I jumped into web development. In my Google Summer of Code, I created a desktop app using Electron. So like I had various technical experiences, and this kind of approach really helped me to gain a lot of experience rather than like following a comprehensive course from Udemy and like giving 3 to 4 months just to learn React or something like that. I think that was a very tedious task, and I didn't go for that. But if I talk about data structures and algorithm preparation, so I would say that Gigs for Gigs and LeetCode was enough for me to like prepare thoroughly from the for basics. And there are some awesome YouTube channels Kushal is already having holding podcasts with many students. So like there are also other channels where they can the students can actually consult and try to like gain insights or what the interviews look like and what should a student should prepare or something like that. So yeah, these are the things. LeetCode and Gigs for Gigs was enough for data structures and algorithm preparation.
And like, what resources have you used to apply off campus? And you might have faced many rejections as well. So do tell us about it.
Yeah. Again, a very interesting question. So I would say that LinkedIn is a very like powerful tool for applying for off-campus opportunities. So what I did was like I randomly sent connection requests to like around 100 to 200 people from each company. So like I maintained a like proper connection ratio. So what I did was like whenever any new opportunity came up, I could see it in my LinkedIn world. Either they were my first connections or the second level connections. So this really helped me a lot in knowing what all opportunities are currently coming up in the domain. And also like AngelList is a very powerful tool for like remote internships and remote placements. So if anyone is really looking for remote opportunities, maybe in this pandemic times, we have all seen that remote jobs have been very efficient, and many companies are really like transforming their in-office experience to a work from home experience. So the students can really like follow the AngelList. That's a really powerful platform. And apart from that, resources like I would say that the students should really maintain a proper rapport with their alumni, because they are really important. They're really important. They're really helpful. Like whenever a new opportunity comes up in their company, so I directly ping my alumni who are currently working there, and I ask them for a referral. And like alumni are really awesome. They don't really like say that no, I will not refer you, something like that. They're really helpful. Yeah.
And the rejections you have faced earlier.
Previously, I had also interviewed with Google and Barclays, and sadly, I was rejected by both these companies. So, like, what I faced in Google interviews was like I was not in touch with my data structures and algorithm skills for a past few months, so I didn't get proper preparation time for the interviews, and somehow I cracked my first interview. And like it was a very easy question, but the thing was like it took me a lot of time to like came up with the proper logic and then code the logic. So it was kind of a red flag that was in my interviews. The second and third interview went fine, but somehow it was a kind of a red flag in my first interview. Somehow I got rejected. And in Barclays, it was an off-campus opportunity, overseas opportunity. So the main problem with the opportunity was they had some problem with processing the visa for overseas candidates. And somehow they said that they will try to manage some role in India offices. But as of now, I haven't received any kind of notification. I would always request my juniors to be like to be well prepared right before their interviews. Like they should almost like spend 2 months of time brushing up all the data structures and algorithm skills, the basic questions that may appear in the interviews. Try to like research about the company, what are the questions that are generally asked in this company.
Which thing in your resume, according to you, is the thing that stand you out from others?
Okay, so like as per my experience in the interviewing in these companies, so the interviewers always like the part that I have some open source contribution experience previously. So they really like this thing, like the projects which I previously contributed into. and they also like the fact that I have been participating in hackathons for a long period of time since my tenure in college. So like I always try to say that I've been into some colleges, like participated in the hackathons. I've created this particular project in 24 hours, pulled up an all-nighter, and then cleared the projects. So I think this gives a signal to the interviewers that like yeah, I'm interested in this technology, and in dire circumstances, like if the company is some kind of trouble in an all-call situation, I can like really handle this situation. I would say that try to start early, because like when you are in first year, try to like explore all particular domains that you are currently having interest, and then pick up a domain and start building projects and something like that. And I would also say that keep in touch with data structures and algorithms. Try to do competitive programming in your junior years of college. Maybe if you may not like it, so just drop competitive programming after second year or something like that. Lead code and Geeks for Geeks is enough for cracking interviews. In most of the companies participating in hackathons, like they will give you a reality check that what is the speed of your speed of building softwares in 24 hours or 48 hours. Like you have to move from your comfort zone, and then you need to create something. That would be a reality check for the juniors.
And I guess all the audience will definitely learn a lot of things that we discussed during the interview. So thank you for your time and all the best for your journey ahead. And yeah.
Thank you, Kushal, for having me here.
तो आशा करता हूँ आपको वीडियो बहुत पसंद आया होगा, आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें जानने को मिली होगी। अगर आपके और कोई सवाल रह गए हैं तो प्लीज़ अभिषेक से कनेक्ट कर लीजिए लिंक्डइन पे। जो सवाल पूछे हैं उनसे प्लीज़ पूछिए, और मेरे लिए कोई सवाल हो तो प्लीज़ कमेंट डाउन बिलो। मिलते हैं ऐसे अगले किसी वीडियो में। शेयर कर देना लोगों के साथ ताकि रीच बढ़ सके अपनी और फैमिली बड़ी हो सके। तो मिलते हैं ऐसे अगले किसी वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टेक केयर।